Hello, this is Steph. Today we're going to see the third part of streaming, and we saw the first part, UDP, that has its own limitations. UDP lets you send data very fast, but you don't care so much about the control of what you send. So in particular, you don't have any perception if the frames have been received or not. If they are received, they're received. If they're lost, whatever, they're lost. This is useful if you like to have a quick streaming with a friend of yours. And also there's the exclusivity, let's say. You have only a source and a single destination. If there's another destination, everything is lost. There's the second thing, RTMP, that can solve this problem. So we have this working TCP. We have a server. We saw how to configure the server last time. And we know now how to send the streams via RTMP. This can be also viewed by many people, more than one, and there are also more than one possibility on how to work with the RTMP. Now we see the third thing. So this is something if somebody wants to implement a video, let's say on demand. So if you want multiple clients, they want to see a video, they want to watch a video file, for example, whenever they want. This is something that is not done in RTMP. This is something that is allowed. So we are ready to get started. We have Windows, we have the server on the Xubuntu, like the other times. And so now we can get started. Okay, here we are. We have Windows as a host and client for our services, and here we have Xubuntu that functions as a virtual machine. So this is our guest, and also as our server. This is our RTMP server. We saw how to configure it the other time. And you got the link in the cards that earlier. And so what we know so far is to do something like this. We have FFmpeg -RE, that is real time for the rate of sending. Then -I, here in this case we are trying with the Big Buck Bunny. We already have it. It's the same excerpt that we used also the other times. And we put as a codec libx264, as audio codec AAC, as a preset we put ultra fast, and as tune zero latency, and as format FLV. And here now the final address. So we have RTMP, and we put a local host. Here, if you remember, it was live. So 127.0.0.1 localhost / live, and here we can put an arbitrary name. So we can take a video like this. Video, and now it's sending data. Here what we can do is to open something like VLC. Let me open it. There we go. And here on media open network stream, what we can do is putting the RTMP server. Alright, and so here I tried something before. We said that the name is video. Here we can push play and resend, and you will see that now the video is played smoothly. This is okay. So we can also take multiple clients and do whatever we did before, but it has some limitations. So first of all, we need on one side to send data, which which is something that is not so wanted. We don't want a personal an automation. We can make an automation, so as soon as there is a request and then start, but the things are getting quite complex. And also we have limitations on the types of compression you would like to do. So if you like to get the compression you would like, okay, but it's up to you about the latency and all this thing. And everything is fixed. So we got to select beforehand which is the quality, so which is the kind of compression you would like to take, so later can be used for. So this is the main limitation that we have so far. What we would like to do now is to set the Nginx server in order to get something like HLS and DASH. So HLS is a streaming service that is working on top of HTTP. In fact, we use HTTP as the base one. We don't put the further layers, so HTTPS. We can do it, but at the moment we keep the things simple just to understand how the things are working. So HTTP, and on top this thing to get a service ready to be used. Okay, so the thing that we would like to do in our server, so now we are inside our server, is to configure it using enabling HLS and or DASH. So we put also DASH since we have it, let's say for free, but it's there also. And the first file we've got to take consideration is using a text editor. We're going to etc nginx.conf. You got to put the password. Okay, since we are in sudo mode. And now what we need to do is at the end of the file. So if you enable the RTMP the other time, you already have this part right here, the one with the listen, chunk size, allow publish, etc. So leave everything as it was. Then now, what we would like to do is to add all the features regarding HLS. So here we have HLS on, we enable HLS. We enable HLS path. This is the path where all the files that will be produced later will be put into. So we've got to put the directory there. We have the size of the fragments, so each and every bit of files we'll see later. We have the small chunks, how long would be these chunks. And the other is the HLS playlist length, that is 60. So we allow each playlist file to be 60 seconds long, and inside every playlist file we have fragments of 3 seconds long. We also put the HLS cleanup because the HLS cleanup prevents clearing done by Nginx of the files that will be produced. So you will have it there for a certain amount of time, and by default, if you don't put this line, HLS cleanup, it will clean everything. So you don't have anything later after a certain amount of time. Okay, this is the HLS part. We also have the dash. So we have it for free. Why not? We can enable it. So you can use one or the other according to the thing you would like to use. So we enable dash and we enable the dash path. So far it is the same as what we do with HLS, and also dash cleanup off. So we don't want to clean up everything. We want everything to be set this way. So what's the difference between dash and HLS? So fundamentally on the user side, there is not so much difference. The difference will be in the format that will be used and who developed the two protocols. So HLS stands for HTTP live streaming, while DASH stands for check. DASH stands for Dynamic Adaptive Streaming over HTTP. One is developed by, so the first HLS is developed by Apple. The other has been developed by the FFmpeg committee. So one and the other different authors, different way of treating the things, but the usage is more or less the same. Okay, so once we have finished, we keep it like this. We got to make sure later to create the folders. So now, if you modified something, you added all the string with, I remember you, with Vim, you have a WQ, W writes the file, Q you're going to quit. And then we are going to get the other file that is available on the sites available. So in this case, we have a thing that the website is another block, let's say, with all this configuration, not to pollute too much the server under the nginx.conf file. So we have sudo vim etc nginx sites available RTMP, and here we have the part that is down below. Don't look at the part that is at the top. That is something else that I did before. And here we have the port that is supposed to be 8088. I choose so the guy that I took the reference took 8088. Choose something different from the usual ports I use usually. So 80 is for HTTP standard. If you want to put in the main server under the 80, it's you have the advantage to not to put the port in the browser later. So it avoid also 443, which is reserved to HTTPS, and there's also 8080 occupied by me, but so I put 8088 because of this reason. We have a location, and the location is so how do you show the thing to the browser? And here we have under curly brackets the add header access control allow origin star, which is that this enable the so-called CORS, cross origin resource sharing, which essentially lets you get things from other locations. Then you have the root, the other line. This is where the files are going to be put later. So here we have the two folders, the HLS and the dash. So in this case, if you make /HLS, you're going to the HLS part, and if you're going to /dash, you're going to the dash folder where there is the playlist, etc. I will show you later. Then the last line is types application /dash plus XML MPD. So this will enable the usage of .mpd files, which are the default files for the dash protocol. So here we are still, so I was in control mode, I didn't modify anything, but to exit, so we got the WQ, and here we go. The other thing that we need to do is to enable the firewall in order to be used with this port. So sudo ufw allow 8088/TCP. So we will enable the port 8088 as TCP. So now, if you are setting the status, would like to check what is open, what is not, we have Nginx HTTP port 80, 1935, which is the RTMP, then 8088, which is supposed to be our dash and HLS ports. Then 8080 is for something else. So this is not necessary if you want to remove it. If this is not necessary, it is for something else. I would like to enable the statistics for the RTMP. So this 8080 is for that. Okay, so now we are ready. What can we do now? I'm going to take, first of all, yes, another thing that we need to do is to enable in write mode and deserve the owning of the folder we are looking at. So we are using, that is the var www. In this case, we would like to give the owner, so the current user, the ownership of this folder. We put a sudo in the beginning because this is an administrator task, and sudo chown -r means recursive, so everything that is also in the parents, in the descendant folders will be applied. And also we have user var www, and it's okay. Also, another thing that we need to do is to give the right read, write, and execute permission to this folder, and also the all the things that we're going to create later, all the folders that are contained inside. So sudo chmod. This is the command chmod, and -r again. Here we put the number 7, which means execute read and write for the current user. For the current group, which is I think there is a user www. It is put to 7, so we can read, write, and execute stuff. And then for the other people would be only read and read and execute. So 755. We're going to prevent the writing in this folder. So 775. If you would like to see what the chmod does, put a comment down below, and we'll make a video on this stuff, on these basic Linux commands that are necessary sometimes. And then we put finally our folder. Okay, so now we have access to the folder and everything will be going fine. So here we have all the folders. We got to create all the folders later. So we got the mkdir var www html and stream. This is the folder we are going to consider. And also we put -p to get all the descendant folders later. And also we create HLS and DASH. I already have them, so if you're going to change into var www html stream, we have dash and HLS. So now at the moment we have everything configured, and now it's time to create our files, our multimedia files, ready to be played later with our HLS and DASH. Okay, so now we have on top here the videos folder. In fact, we have our old Big Buck Bunny. Then on the other side here, we have the stream folder where we have the two dash and HLS. So if we want the HLS, in this case, we have an empty folder. So there is nothing. The same with our dash folder. Okay, so the command that we can use here is the same that we used also the previous video. So it is an RTMP command. So once we send something via RTMP, now it will be put in the HLS and DASH folder separately and with their formats. And then in the end, we can enjoy the content later, either as DASH or HLS. So -RE is to take the real frame rate, the real-time frame rate, sorry. Then we take Big Buck Bunny, the input video. We put all the things related to the codec, so both audio and video. So AAC as the audio codec, H.264 using libx264 for the video codec. Then we put this preset here. As preset, we can also put something with a higher quality. Here, the thing is that it is encoded somehow and then send at the quality you want later. So preset, you can say slower. Then tune. So here the zero latency doesn't make so much sense for us. We can wait first and then do it later, but we can put it anyway. So zero latency. And then as format still FLV. Then we need to put the RTMP as server. So the RTMP address is with a localhost. So RTMP : //localhost / if you remember, the application was live. And as a name, we can take BBB as a Big Buck Bunny. So we run it. Let's see if there are some things. You see that now the thing is slower, but little by little you have everything ready. So it takes quite a bit of time for all the processing to be done. Maybe it wasn't so good idea to put this thing, but just to see how it behaves later. And in the end, here the results. So now we are at the middle of the processing. So what we want to have later, we have HLS files, DASH files, and then we can take a server. So we can contact the server to get the content we want. The content will be available as playlist. It is M3U8 for the HLS, while for the DASH we have the .mpd. And here we finished. So here let's see DASH, what does it have? You see that there's a whole bunch of files where you have M4A, M4V, sorry. And the important one that we need to take in consideration is the bbb.mpd. Let's have a look at how it looks like. MPD. Sorry, you got to put dash. Okay, so this is a kind of XML-like with all the information regarding all the bits of our file. We want to take a look at how the HLS looks like. The HLS has TS files as video information. The one of our interest is the M3U8. So here we can make cut HLS bbb.m3u8, and as you can see, these are the two files with the information as it is like this. Okay, so now how can we take this content and show it? So let me take the client iconized. So here, I like to put it a bit like this, and then we take a client like a VLC, but it can be MPV, also FFplay. So here, what we need to do is to open the network stream, and here I've already made some trials before, and the protocol is HTTP, and then the name of the server .56.104. We need to put this time the port, so this is 8088. Then let's put HLS, and then BBB.M3U8. Once we play, now it may take a while before it gets the thing, so there is some, say, loading of all the information. Maybe with another application it is somehow faster. So I see that the VLC sometimes makes problems. Let me see if MPV gets it somehow better. Here we have a command line, and MPV, and then HTTP 192.68.56.104 8088 HLS BBB.M3U8. Here you see that it is faster. Sometimes it may work, sometimes it doesn't, but you see MPV beats everything. Cool. We can do the same thing with Dash. So here the URL is the same, but instead of HLS we put Dash, and then there is bbb.mpd, and here you get the string ready. Okay, cool. So I think that it does what we meant to work with. It is a bit complicated to use, but at least this is something. We reached a point of our interest. Now, so far we let the RTMP to create our files, which is okay, no problem. But we can do this directly using FFmpeg. So FFmpeg allows us to create HLS streams directly from our stream. So we are again in a video, Big Buck Bunny, and a thing that we can do is invoke FFmpeg, then -i, again Big Buck Bunny. The thing that we can do is to put as format HLS, then the options that we put in the server before must be put here as flags, as options. So first of all, the HLS time, and before we put 3 seconds, so we put 3 also here, -HLS _ time. Then there is -HLS score playlist type. There is what type of thing we would like to get the result of. And here it is VOD. What we want to do is a video on demand. Then as HLS flags, there is as independent segments. So what does it do? It tries to take the things and try to take everything that is inside these segments and let it independent from the other fragments. So putting the iframes in the beginning, iframe in the beginning, and then the rest would be like an independent GOP without recurring to other frames to reconstruct the video. So this prevents any glitches as soon as you want to transmit the video itself. Then the HLS segment type is MPEG-TS. MPEG-TS, so MPEG transport stream. If you would like, yes, there is also the HLS segment file name. Here we want the result either in the same folder or inside our inside a folder. So the folder can be put as stream, let's say %v. This takes the type of stream that we have, in this case stream_0, or we can also avoid the _v, but let's put it because later it can be useful. And then let's say data. Here we got to put the %0 number of zeros you would like. So in this case we would like to have 2 zeros, 2 trailing zeros, and sorry, 1 trailing zero, and the stream in the end. We don't have very big streams, so this is more than enough. .ts, because it is the MPEG-TS format you're going to choose. If you want to put the master playlist name, but no, in this case it will be for later. We can go directly renaming the type of stream. So we can put something like this, or instead of stream, that is a bit strange. Not strange, but always the same name. It can get confusing. We can name it as BBB, Big Buck Bunny, and then we should run it. And here you see that it's going to create all the files and all the streams. And then we'll see later what does FFmpeg create. Okay, so it did the first MPEG-TS file, then it will create a second one. We didn't put anything regarding the quality, but no worries so far. And here we go. Let's have a look at what we have. We have a bbb0.m3u8 here, and then bbb0 with the folder. If you take a look at the folder, you see that there are the two files inside, called as data. If you would like to call them bbb also, it's up to you. Then a thing that we can do to enjoy them in the server is to move them on the page. Oh, sorry, on the folder var www html hls, etc. So we have a move command bbb like this, and then it will put in a var www html stream, if I remember correctly, hls. And if we take a look at this, so var www var ls, you see that there is other than the previous bbb, there is a bbb0. So if we take, again, we are in Windows mode, so let's resize this window, and we have here take npv http 192.168.56.104, then the port HLS, and in this case there is BBB_0.m3u8. You have an error. Why? The error is caused by the thing right here in the BBB0.m3u8, because BBB0.m3u8 does make a redirection on the wrong folder. So let's have a look. We going inside the folder. We have BBB.m3u8, so we can use Vim to open it. BBB0.m3u8. And here, what we need to put is the folder of our files. So in this case, interactive mode, BBB0/BBB_0/. So this is the folder we are referencing to. And again, if now we take the files, you will see that it is working. So this is another way to work with the HLS. The same thing can be done with the Dash. If you want to create Dash files, the thing is easy as the one in HLS. And it's even easier because what we need to do is only to get the -f dash and the MPD file as the output. We can also put other things, but for what is of our interest at the moment, we can put FFmpeg -i, then the name of the input file, the things related to the codec, so -cv/264 -CAAC, preset, let's say slower, -tune animation, then -f dash and then the output file. So here you can call it BBB0.mpd. The name will be a bit standard. There will be other flags if you would like. I didn't get so much into it, but I'll put the reference down below if you would like to personalize a little, if you want to put the file names, the folders, etc. And also the settings. Yeah, as you can see also by the server, we didn't put so many options. So for us, these can be okay. For what's of our interest, the format and the codec and the quality of the video is important. For the rest, you saw even before on the RTMP, we shoot data and then it's like so in the video file. So nothing to be astonished about. And if we take all the data that we have here and we put them in the server, it will work at the same way. So let's have a look. We're going to transfer everything from here to there. Second, that it takes quite some time. Okay, almost there. Good. Perfect. Got there. getting longer than expected though. Put some high quality options, I guess. Okay, and here we built everything. What we need to do now, as we see, we have a bunch of files. So we got to move all of these into the folder that we mentioned earlier. So we move bbb 0.mpd into the var www HTML stream dash. Okay, and then we do the same thing with all the chunk. Okay, and also with all the init. So the two init that we have in the folder. Good. Here we don't have anything. If we change into the folder of interest, we see that we have everything there, along with the other that we built before. But anyway, it's not a problem. Here, from outside, again, we take our MPV, HTTP. Let's try VLC, because we always try MPV and we know it works. Let's see VLC, how does it behave? And so here the URL is correct. It is correct up to dash, then bbb, we said 0.mpd. And here you can see it works. So you see that also with VLC, everything is working correctly. Cool. A question you ask me more than once is how to create multiple streams of our HLS file. So this is quite easy if you remember how to generate multiple outputs from FFmpeg. So what I mean is something that is reported in this page. So as you can see, here a bit on the right, good. And here, as you can see, you have ignore input 2 for the moment. You have the possibility to have as a single input. You can split it in multiple outputs, do different processings, and obtain different output files. So here, using, for example, the filters and the mapping properly, what you can do is to get the thing that you want, add different qualities as you prefer. So here, as a script, I have something. In order, we have a command that is more or less like this. We take still Big Buck Bunny as our input, and we have a filter complex. So filter complex is something that either accepts multiple inputs or multiple outputs, and then what we have is a split into 3 videos. This is the first video. If you didn't remember, I'll put a link to the complex filter video that I made, where I explain how to split and how to obtain different outputs. And then there we merge it together, but you can create also multiple files. We have the split into 3 different folders. Then with the one we make a copy stream. Sorry, we copy the thing as it is. Then the second, we make a scaling into 640 by 360. And the third, we put it even smaller, so 352 by 288. Then, we're using the map, we are taking the libx264 for all of them. we put the 5 megabits per second for the first video. The second will have 3 megabits per second, and the other 1 megabit per second. Maybe a bit too big, especially for the last, but no need to worry. Here it is. Then for the audio, we do the same. In fact, here we have a slight reduction of the audio for the third channel. Then as a format HLS, we put the time as 2 seconds per segment. And then for the stream map, it requires a var stream map with the first video with the first audio, second video with the second video, and the second video, second audio, and the third video, third audio, and then we give the name streamv.m3u8. Then we run the processing, and it should create all our files. So with the 3 streams in the 3 folders, we got to modify the thing from the folder as we had it before, but everything is working properly. So be careful to modify the thing. So here it's cool that we have all the different folders. We got to modify the file in order to redirect it into the correct folder. But here we don't have so many segments, we can put it by hand. Otherwise, you can create a program to make a parsing of that line and then put the folder. I didn't see any other methods on how to put this in the file directly. I didn't have any way, but this is a feasible way to do the stuff that you would like. Okay, so now the process has finished. We are trying to take a look to see what is present in the master PL name. In fact, this is something that I didn't mention before. This flag right here, before it is more visible as it is visualized. Yes, here we go. Here we have a flag that is the master PLS. It is right here. Independent segments, HLS segment type, MPTS. Master PL name, so master underscore PL underscore name is the name of the master playlist. So here we have the playlist that redirects to all the different playlists. Okay. And good. So here we see all the files. We have the master.m3u8. Let's have a look. Master.m3u8, and this is the redirection to all the individual stream 0, stream 1, and stream 2. Good. Let me take a look at the stream 0.m3u8. Let's take a look that here we got to put the, let me check the folder, how they look like. So stream 0, stream 1, stream 2. So here, okay, so here, just to avoid make mistakes, I stream 0 slash and stream 0 slash. Good. And the same with stream 1. take stream 1 slash stream 1 slash so here got to be careful that I'm deleting something data like this, and then string 2. Good, and stream 2 slash stream 2 slash. Good, and now we got to transfer everything into our folder. So we make a move of master and 3u8 into our old var HTML, var www HTML stream HLS. And then we got to do the same with the other files. We have the stream. Let's see if we can do everything at once like this. And I think we can. Okay, so now if we take a look at the var www HTML stream HLS, we have all our files. What is of our interest is the master. So let's have a look if a program like MPV can come to the rescue. So HTTP 192.168.56.104. This is our old server HLS master.m3u8. Let's see what happens. So here by default it plays the best. And I think that's it. So if you would like, you can also take the stream 2, for example. That is the worst between quotes. In fact, you see that the size is the smallest with a bit of artifacts, let's say. A bit more blurry, more compressed. And just for completeness, we have also the stream 1. Good. If you're going directly, I think that that I'm seeing is the options are VID, and you can put the stream, and also AID, and you can put the stream. So I want the video from the first channel, sorry, the video from the second channel, the audio from the first channel, and here. Okay. Sorry, I was wrong before. I got to put something because I was referring to the file, not to, so the stream 1, here you have one video, one audio, and so it played only the audio. That was the mystery from before. So minus vid2 minus AID equals to 1 from the master. Now I can play the second video and the first audio. Good. Let's see if we can do the same thing with VLC, just to play a little with this thing. So I everything is okay up to here. And here it is master dot, here it is HLS dot M3U8. So it was wrong somewhere, put a 0 more. Let's see what we do. And here it played the second string directly. Let's see what the codec information tells us. It plays the worst directly, which is something that is not so... But anyway, we're happy for this. We can do also something advanced like using this in a browser, selecting it, but we are going... The video is too long by itself, so I don't want to get it even longer. Okay, so in this video we saw how to configure the server Nginx on how to work with the RTMP along with HLS and DASH together. We have the DASH for free. The main scope of this video was to show the HLS, but since it was there for free, so it was worth showing. Sorry for this slightly off topic. Then we saw how to send the data both using RTMP and FFmpeg. So FFmpeg to generate the files as we want. This is the advantage. It is a bit more uncomfortable, let's say, but you want to throw data in using RTMP, and then on the other side you want to read it using HLS. We got the persistence, so here is the Nginx doesn't remove the files, so they will remain there, and you can use them as a small video on demand system. Why not? And that's it. So we used also Dash and HLS using FFmpeg, and how to generate multiple streams with FFmpeg in HLS. We didn't do the Dash. I didn't have anything, but if I have any news, I will create a new video. If you reached up to this point, thank you very much for watching. If you didn't do it, please like, share and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified about the next videos I'll be releasing. And follow my social media. I'm slightly active now. Still, the time is very, very short. You see the time I'm recording, and tomorrow there are a lot of things to do. So that's it. What can I tell? See you next time with other content regarding multimedia, but also much more. And thank you very much for your sustaining. If you have any comment, please put any comments below. And see you next time with, again, some other content regarding multimedia, but much more. Ciao! Ciao!